Hi, welcome back to Chef's Bonus. Um, Today I want to do some salmon on the griddle, and I've already started this up. I've got it on high. When I get salmon at the store, I usually, if I go to the fish store, if I go to my grocery store, I always ask for a whole side, a whole fillet. So you're going to get a whole side of salmon. I try to get the Norwegian farmed if they have it. There's also here in New England. There's a great farm up in Maine that I use, but I get the whole side, and then what I do is I break it down into these individual little steaks. That way, I can make whatever size I want to make. I know what my family's going to eat, what size they're going to eat. These are perfect. I can wrap them up individually in plastic wrap, and then you can freeze them. So it's not like you have to eat the whole thing at once, but it's a lot cheaper for you to go and to butcher it yourself. A lot of times you just take the skin right off. You put the knife at a 45-degree angle, pull the skin, and just kind of seesaw back and forth, and it's going to come right off. I kept the skin on here, and I got the scales off because I really love a crispy skin on salmon. I think salmon is like the pig of the sea. It's you can smoke it. It's got a ton of fat to it. You can grill it, roast it. There's so many different things you can do with salmon. Cure it. So it's like really diverse as far as fish goes. So today this is going to be a really simple salmon fillet. I'm going to sear these with the skin side first, salt and pepper them. Then I'm going to add some veggies on here and make an entree out of it. So start it up. First thing I'm going to do is take these out of their casings that I wrap them up in. Here we go. So when you're cooking the skin, you definitely want to make sure there's enough oil so that it doesn't stick to the surface that you're cooking on, whether it's a grill or a griddle. You want to make sure that there's enough oil, and you also want to make sure you cook it through. That way it won't stick either. First thing I'll probably do is just test it out with my tongs and lift up a corner and see if it's cooked through. If the skin isn't crispy enough, if it's just barely crispy, it's just not gonna, the texture of it isn't as good. So you want to make sure that it's nice and crisp but not burned. And you'll see what I mean when we're done. A little bit of bacon. That's where I'm going to cook my Brussels sprouts. Mix my broccolini. Alright, so I got these Brussels here. Alright, now that I got these grilling a little bit, I'm going to steam these up. Just got a little bit of miso. A little bit of mayo. So this miso aioli is just going to be really salty, creamy bite that I'm going to drizzle on top of the salmon. Takes a few minutes to make. Alright. So my thought process here with this dish is that I was going to mix the peppers, onions, and broccolini together. Got some nice bright vegetables. And then Brussels sprouts and bacon. I mean, you just can't go wrong. Like, that's a pretty good skin. I wanted to get a little bit more. And then we'll do a flip. And these salmon should be like, after I do the flip and I let them rest for a little bit, they should be right on point. All these vegetables I'm doing straight from raw. I've cut them all up and I'm cooking them from raw. Again, like I've said in other videos, I tend to like my vegetables to be a little bit al dente. I like to have that bite in there. I like to really taste it. Not everybody does, and if you want to remedy that, one way you can do it is to blanch the vegetables ahead of time. So you get boiling hot water, you drop them in there for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then pull them out and shock them in cold water, and that way they're not going to turn into that disgustingly washed out green. They'll still be nice bright green, and they'll keep all of their nutrients in them, but they'll be par cooked. So if you like your vegetables to be a little bit more well done than the way I'm doing it, that's a perfect way to remedy the situation. Still have great vegetables with great flavor, nutrients, and color. It's also great if you're ever making pesto. Do the same thing. Take whatever you're making the pesto with, whether it's basil or arugula. You want to blanch it ahead of time and shock it in cold water, and that way when you put it in a blender, it's not going to turn into like a muddy green. It'll keep that really bright, beautiful green color when you put the lemon juice or the acid into the sauce. So this is looking real nice right here. I love the way that salmon looks. This one needs a little bit more time. That one's looking good. There we go. Oh yeah. See, that one is like, that's mine right there. I like it really like almost to the burn point, because that really takes on a bacony aspect that I love about salmon skin. I mean, it is amazing. So I like my salmon to be medium rare, like still that little bit of like, you know, pink rareness right in the middle. My wife's pregnant, so she gets the end piece. That's the piece that's going to be cooked the most. But this is just like, you can always touch. I can feel that it's still rare. If you ever do that little trick to touch it and see the doneness of things. It's hard to tell when you touch it on top because of the crust. These have like a really perfect crust on too now. So I'm going to cover this top up a couple more minutes. I'm going to fully open the vents up so that it really gets a convection going and cooks everything through. And we're going to plate it up. All right, I got a feeling we're right about done. So these are nice and firm on the sides now. Brussels are cooked perfectly with this bacon. It's a great little kind of twist on Brussels and bacon. Those three things, the Brussels, bacon, and balsamic, the three B's seem to go really well together. This, for me, is a perfect summer dish. We're a big double veg family anyway. I mean, I love, you know, fries and onion rings and all that stuff too, but we are, for the most part, we do a lot of double veg. My wife is a big healthy eater, so this is like her dream meal, and that's why I'm making it today. I'm not gonna like completely cover the salmon. This is, like I said, creamy, salty miso aioli that I just whipped up real quick. Got some lemon inside. Just squirt a little bit of lemon on here too. It'll be the perfect summer meal for the fam. So Really hope you you try this one out. Hope you enjoy it. And you know, hit me up if you guys try it out. Let me know what it looks like. Thanks so much for checking in on my channel. Love for you to subscribe. And again, if you want to see me do something, or you want to show me some of your stuff that you've done from this channel, I'd really appreciate seeing it. Thank you.